So try this question once. A box contains 6 red balls, 7 green and 5 blue. Each ball is of different size. What is the probability that the red selected ball is smallest red ball? So probability, given मैंने red ball निकाली, what is the probability that this is the smallest? Try this, everyone. By the way, one more extension of Bayes' theorem I forgot to mention here. This particular expression, right? A by B into B is equals to B by A into A. You can also write this expression as probability of A intersection B. Because in a couple of questions, you may not be able to make sense of this expression. Hence, you can write this as A intersection B. So, yeah. Right? Just one more extension. A by B into B is equals to B by A into A. It is nothing but probability of A and B happening together. Probability of smallest ball, given it is a red, into probability of red is equals to probability of red smallest ball. Probability of red ball is 6 by 18. Probability कि जो मैंने बॉल निकाली वो रेड की स्मॉलेस्ट बॉल है. ओके, लेट्स सी हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव डन इट. 1 by 18, 1 by 2, 1 by 6. Okay, Mayank, how 1 by 2?
स्मॉलेस्ट रेड बॉल निकालने का प्रोबेबिलिटी बाय टोटल रेड बॉल निकालने का प्रोबेबिलिटी.
करेक्ट. स्मॉलेस्ट रेड बॉल निकालने का प्रोबेबिलिटी कितना है?
1/6.
हाउ 1/6?
मतलब 6 रेड बॉल में से एक ही तो स्मॉलेस्ट है तो
नहीं. ओके, बट ओके, सी isn't this thing कि मैं जो भी एक बॉल निकाल रहा हूँ वो रेड हो उसका स्मॉलेस्ट हो. Why is it 1/6?
Sir, is it 1/3?
See, 1/6 will be given तुमने रेड बॉल निकाला है और तुमको ये पता है कि यार रेड में से एक स्मॉल है, एक स्मॉलेस्ट है. Then it is 1/6, right? This is essentially कि जो भी बॉल निकला है वो रेड का ही स्मॉलेस्ट होने के उसके पास 18 तरीके हैं, राइट? We have 18 balls. Every ball is of a different size. So for sure, I have 18 ways of having the smallest, and I want it to be from red. So should it be 1/6 or 1/18? Just a minute. Yeah. Meanwhile, someone else was also saying, no, we haven't selected smallest one. Let's maybe rewrite this expression as also, this is nothing but probability of red given a smallest ball is selected, okay, into probability of smallest ball. Yeah. Yes. Tell me now.
So P red, given it is the smallest. Now only one ball can be smallest, na? So it can be in 3 colors.
Correct.
So 1 on 3. Red out of red, green and blue.
Okay. Okay. But see, number of red balls and number of green balls and number of blue balls are different, right? So,
but they have already selected the size, na?
See, it is nothing but it is saying that, okay, you have one ball and you know that this is the smallest ball. Now, what is the probability that this is red? Right. Assume that you had only one red ball and you had 25 black balls. Would you say that the probability of red, given it is the smallest ball, will be 1/2? No. So, Sai, what you're saying is that given you have one ball in your hand and given it is the smallest ball, what is the probability of it to be red?
Yes.
Right? And you're saying it will be 1/3.
Yeah.
1/3 would have been the answers if the number of balls of red, green, and blue would have been same, right? The number of balls of red, green, and blue are not same. Say, for example, you had only one red ball. You had 50 black balls. You're saying that each ball is of a different size. Probability that red selected ball is the smallest red ball, right? How? So yeah, repeat again, Raman.
Sir, I was telling in this question, they are not asking to choose the smallest ball out of these 18 balls. They have asked smallest red ball. So out of these 6 balls, there will be one which is the smallest. So we have already selected a red ball. Now we have to calculate the probability that is the smallest. So it should be 1/6.
Okay. Yes. I think what question says, thanks Raman. What question says is probability that the red selected ball is the smallest red ball. Fair. Good. Yeah, I think we were just sort of confusing ourselves. What Raman mentioned is that it is not asking us to select the smallest of all the 18. What a question says is probability that the red selected ball, like out of 18 balls, you have already selected one ball. Say it is the red ball, right? So now what is the probability that the ball that you have selected is the smallest out of all the red balls? Is the question, right? Mayank, Sai, is it making sense?
Yes, sir. So we are not bothered with the smallest of
With
all
the other
balls.
green and blue, yeah. So I think I am also aligned here. I was trying to look for a better and an easier explanation for this, but I think what Raman said absolutely makes sense, that this question only talks about smallest red ball. So we don't even have to worry about green and blue. Like a question is as good as you have 6 red ball. What is the probability of the ball you have chosen is the smallest? So out of 6 red ball, every ball is of a different size. So the smallest red ball has to be 1 out of 6. Right? So yeah, I think this was not needed. Thanks. The answer directly comes out to be 6 red balls, 1 will be smallest, so the answer will be 1/6. Alternatively, do try it out once. I'll also try, and in the interest of time, maybe I'll discuss it later on during the session. Let me try whether this can also be solved using Bayes or not. So with this, let's move forward. So this was just to showcase you Bayes ka language is like really tricky. Even I get confused at times. What is really asked in this particular question, and hence if we don't pay attention here, so for example, I also missed this line. I thought that this is smallest in absolute, but this is smallest red ball. So no matter how smart you are, you will end up making mistakes. So we have to be very careful about the language here. Okay, chalo. With this, let's move on to the next concept, expected value. The question is, for example, say there's a match between India and Pakistan. Okay, and I say कि whatever Sai says, the probability of that happening truth is like say 10%. So Sai is a bettor who bets and puts money. Here, if India wins, this much amount will be given. If Pakistan wins, this much amount is given, and the probability that whatever Sai bets of it to sort of come true is like 10%, right? And Sai is betting say 100 rupees, right? And the 100 rupees is bet in such a fashion that if Sai wins, she gets 100 more, and if Sai loses, she gets 0 out of it. So what is going to be the expected value that Sai is going to get out of the game? She has already given 100 rupees. What is the expected income that she can expect here? If her chances is like 10% of her bet to come true, if she wins, she gets 100. If she loses, she does not get anything. What is the expected outcome out of this game? So these are the kind of questions that we'll see now. The expected outcome is nothing but the probability of her winning. If she wins, what is the amount that she gets? Right? So this is how you solve this. So for example, in this question, if she loses, she gets 0 rupees. If she wins, she gets 100 rupees. The probability of winning is 10%. So 10% into 100 plus 90% into 0. The answer is rupees 10 is the expected value. So similarly, let's try to apply this concept here. A person tosses a coin. Right? If he tosses a coin, if it comes up heads, then he gets 10. Okay. Agar head aata hai to he gets rupees 10. अगर tails आता है, then he has to pay ₹5, right? So I'm putting it minus sign because he will have to pay. Now, what is the expected value? Expected value is probability of heads coming. Heads की chances is 1/2. अगर head आया तो he gets +10 plus probability of 10 again 1/2. If tail comes, he will have to pay -5. Right? So the expected value here will be 10/2 minus 5/2 is equals to 5/2. So the expected value will be 2.5, which means he has to go and play that game, right? Expected value is कि कोई भी game में मेरे को finally कितना profit होगा. That's the expected value. If it comes out to be positive, you should go and try your luck. If it comes out to be negative, you should not try it. Was this clear? The basic concept of expected values. Okay. If this is clear, please solve this question. Yeah. So I was also thinking on whether we can solve this question using Bayes or not. See, I think you can. So what Raman said is like a clear, simple way. But I think if you have to apply Bayes here, you can also apply it, right? So see, you have already gotten this probability of red is 6/18. Now you wanted what is the probability of having a red smallest ball. You have total 18 balls with you, right? Out of 18 balls, red smallest चाहिए. So out of 18 balls, there'll be one yellow smallest, one blue smallest, one green smallest, and one red smallest. Right? So out of 18 balls, what is the probability of having a red smallest ball? It is going to be 1/18. So this becomes your 1/18 division by probability of red, which is nothing but 6/18. So this also comes out to be 1/6 only. Similar to the alternate method that we discussed. Yeah, try this. You have a biased dice, okay? The probability of an even is, with this dice, if you throw an even number, you get ₹2, and if you throw an odd number, you pay ₹1. You play the game in a casino where for 1,000 throws, you have to pay ₹1,500. Will you play or not? So पहले ये देख लेते, probability of even and odd. In a fair dice, probability of even and odd is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is 1/2. But because ये biased है, probability of even is thrice of probability of odd. And I know probability of even plus probability of odd has to be 1, right? या तो even आएगा या odd आएगा. अब even is thrice of odd, right? So यहाँ से क्या निकल के आता है? It says कि probability of odd is nothing but 1/4, and probability of having an even number is 3/4. काफी interesting questions होते हैं. This is something that you also apply when you play games of poker, तीन पत्ती, in casino. After MBA, when you go, you can apply all of these concepts. The frequency of an even throw is, okay, this is frequency. Okay, sorry. I read this question as that probability of an even throw is thrice that of an odd throw. I'm yet to explain this, by the way. I was just writing the expression what is given, but I read this as probability. This is frequency. I'll explain this. So for 1,000 throws, you have to pay ₹1,500, right? So all you need to figure out is what is the expected value after 1,000 throws. Right? That is the question. 1,000 throws में expected value क्या है? So all you need is probability of expected value निकाल लो, and then multiply it with 1,000. कि अगर एक throw कर रहे हो, then what is going to be your expected value? So let's solve this. Okay. Yeah. Question says you have a biased dice. The frequency of an even number is thrice that of an odd throw, right? इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? कि यार, whenever you sort of throw a dice, even आने की frequency is thrice that of odd. Okay. With this dice, if you throw an even number, तो कुछ मिलता है. If you throw an odd, you have to pay something. You play in this game where for 1,000 throws, you have to pay ₹1,500. Okay. ठीक है. So for 1,000 throws, if the expected value is more than 1,500, you will play. And if it is less than 1,500, you will not play, right? And if it is exactly equals to 1,500, it's okay. You can play or not play just for fun. So पहले मुझे निकालना है probability क्या होगी, ठीक है? Yeah, Aslam, I think you asked one question. I said it's a frequency. Yeah. So I just read this as probability, but see, frequency and probability does not really matter, right? Now that I'm reading this as frequency, the frequency of an odd number is thrice that of an odd throw, right? इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? यार, if I throw a dice 4 times, right? तो उसमें से 3 बार even आएगा and 1 बार odd आएगा. This is what this particular equation says, that the frequency of an even throw is thrice that of an odd throw. In an ideal non-biased dice, what is the probability of having an even number or an odd number? You have how many even numbers? 2, 4, and 6 are the even numbers, and how many odd numbers you have? 1, 3, and 5. So we say that the probability of 1 is 1 by 6, this is 1 by 6, every number is 1 by 6. So probability of even is nothing but 1 by 2, and probability of odd is also nothing but 1 by 2. But this is essentially that the frequency is same, right? But here, because question says that the even की frequency or probability is thrice that of an odd throw. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ कि या तो even आएगा या odd आएगा for sure. So I know that the net probability has to be 1, but this is thrice of probability of odd, right? So this implies that probability of odd is nothing but 1 by 4 and probability of even is nothing but 3 by 4. So if I throw the dice 4 times, I'm likely to get even for 3 times, and I will get odd only for once. Aslam, is your doubt clear?
Yes.
Now I have to figure out ki if I get even, right, then I get how much amount? I get +2. But if I get odd, I have to pay ₹1. Yes?
So like, can we take that the problem, like if you're taking, even if it's a biased, like can we take it like probability of odd is 1 by 6 and then other one is 3 by 6? Like we can't take it like that.
See, net even plus odd has to be 1, right? Either the number will be even or the number will be odd.
Okay.
Even plus odd has to sum up to 1.
Understood.
Okay.
Okay.
So my expected value is what? I discussed expected value is nothing but summation of all the probabilities. So expected value is probability of even, which is 3 by 4. If I get even, I get +2 rupees plus probability of odd, which is 1 by 4. If I get an odd, I have to pay ₹1. So the net is 6 minus 1, which is 5 by 4, which is nothing but 1.25. So if I throw a dice, my expected value is going to be 1.25 rupees. Okay, which means if I throw the dice for 1,000 times, I'm likely to get 1.25 into 1,000 rupees, which is nothing but 1,250 is my net revenue that I can earn out of this game. But to throw 1,000 dice, I have to pay what? 1,500 rupees. So net I'm going to be in loss. 1,500 minus 250, I'll have a loss of 250 rupees. So I should definitely not play this game. Perfect. If everyone is clear, let's move ahead. Solve this. A test has 6 English and 4 maths questions. You have to attempt 3 questions. What is the probability that you attempt at least 1 maths question? Favorable upon total. What is the total number of cases in which you can attempt 3 questions? And favorable is at least 1 maths question. At least 1 is always total minus no. So maybe I'll do this one for you and then you can do the next. Now it is simple mixed probability. Probability is favorable by total. Total is I have to attempt 3 questions. 6 English के question है, 4 maths के. Total I have 10 questions. I have to attempt 3. I can choose any 3 question and attempt it. This is my total. Favorable is at least 1 maths question. At least 1 का मतलब क्या होता है? Total minus no maths question. Total is this. No maths question मतलब all the 3 questions have to be from English. In English, I have 6 questions. So 10C3 minus 6C3 becomes my favorable. Just solve it. Whatever answer comes. Yeah, 5 by 6 will be the answer. Everyone clear with this? I think it was simple, straightforward. Basic probability. Next question, please do this. Please don't take more than 15 seconds now. You drop 4 means you essentially drop 4 cards. So you're shuffling a pack of cards, you drop 4 cards. Now, what is the probability that they are from all different suits? Simple question. I think all the answers given are correct. Total is, I have 52 cards. In how many ways can I drop 4 cards? Select any 4, 52C4. Favorable is, every card is of a different suit. 13C1 into 13C1 into 13C1 into 13C1. So answer is 13 into 4 upon 52C4. Clear everyone? Next question. Probability of solving a question is 1 by 5. What is the probability that you solve at least 1 out of 10 questions? Again, a very simple question, should not take you more than 5 seconds. 1 minus probability of solving no question. Now, what is the probability of solving no question? पहला क्वेश्चन भी नहीं करोगे 4/5, सेकंड क्वेश्चन भी नहीं करोगे 4/5 into 4/5 into 4/5. So 1 minus 4/5 to the power 10 is the answer. Okay, next question. 6 letters, 6 marked envelopes. If letters are placed at random, what is the probability that all the letters are not placed correctly? Simple question again. 5-second question. It's simple, right? 719 upon 720 is the answer. See, question kya hai? If letters are picked at random, what is the probability that all the letters are not placed correctly? Probability that all the letters are not placed correctly is 1 minus probability that all the letters are placed correctly. In total, how many possibilities do I have? I have 6 factorial possibilities. 6 letters, 6 envelopes. First letter can go in 6 envelopes, second in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So in total 6 factorial cases. In how many ways can all the letters go in the right envelope? Only one way. So the answer is this. 719 by 720. Dearrangement क्या होता है guys कि सब कुछ गलत होना चाहिए. Necessarily if there are 6 letters, एक भी letter सही जगह नहीं जाना चाहिए. That is dearrangement. यहाँ पूछा है all the letters are not placed correctly. सारे letters 1 minus all the letters placing correctly. Shall we move on? All this one. Let me just explain. This question says they share a common side. Okay. Side is not edges. So just to make this question clear, it is saying कि यार अगर मैं दो squares choose करता हूँ, right? For example, this is a chessboard. 8 होंगे इसमें, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and ठीक है, one more, right? And similarly, there'll be a couple of more here. So in total, this is going to be an 8x8 grid. It is saying कि यार they share a common side, right? So all the squares within these are sharing a common side. By common side, I mean क्या same side में हो. They are either in the same row or in the same column is what I meant to ask in this question. Okay. So I'm not saying कि they have to share an edge. Edge वाला question अलग होगा. This is sharing an edge. This question says sharing a common side. And इसीलिए, of course, I can make this question more clear. I'm just saying it here that sharing a common side means अगर पहला स्क्वायर इधर है, दूसरा वाला या तो सेम लाइन में हो, either vertically or horizontally is what I meant. Okay, now try this. Who should I ask? Srijan, बताओ, how did you try it?
सर मैंने ये एडजस्ट मान के ट्राई किया था कि अगर 8 एक एज में 8 स्क्वायर्स होते हैं तो उसमें से 2 सिलेक्ट करेंगे.
एजेस वाला कर लेते हैं, बताओ कैसे किया एजेस वाला.
सर एक स्क्वायर में 4 एजेस होंगे तो उसमें से अगर एक एज के 2 एक साथ हुए तो उसमें से 8C2 हो गया और इंटू 4 क्योंकि 4 एजेस है और बाई टोटल 64C2.
सॉरी, मुझे नहीं समझा. व्हाट इज 8C2?
Two small squares from a single edge.
From a single edge. And what is edge as per you in this diagram? Is this an edge?
So edge is a like sides, right? The fours, these are having 4 edges.
Correct. Every square will have 4 edges, right? Say for example, this is a square. Now, what are you saying?
I'm considering the whole the chessboard as a square, and then the 2 small squares are the probability I'm taking 8C2 in that one side or one edge of the big square chessboard.
मुझे आवाज नहीं आ रहा तुम्हारा श्रीजन.
सर ये पूरा चेसबोर्ड को मैंने एक स्क्वायर माना, उसमें से एक साइड हो गया एक एज, उसमें से 2 स्मॉल स्क्वायर्स को मैंने 8C2 का प्रोबेबिलिटी लिया. फॉर दैट आई वाज टेकिंग 8C2.
Okay, so are you saying that you are considering this as a side and you're saying that there'll be 8 squares here, so you're just selecting 8C2? Okay, and then you're multiplying it by 4.
हाँ, क्योंकि 4 ऐसे साइड्स हैं इसलिए।
ओके ओके, बट तुमने सिर्फ साइड वाला ही क्यों लिया कंसिडर?
Yes, sir.
या
So, sir, we are having like 8 rows are here. So, if we like form a square, then suppose we are taking the like 2 squares, so 7 possibilities are there.
ओके, हाउ 7 possibilities? Sorry.
So, sir, if we mark these squares by like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, like
Got
that.
it. Okay.
So 7 possibility, 7 squares are available which are having common sides. So out of 8 rows, we can select one, 8C1 into 7 and by 64C2.
But okay, one catch, Prajwal, here is, even if I take, say this is 9 and 10, right? So even if I take 2 and 10, they also share edges, right? Share
Yeah.
a common side. So maybe let me change this question. Let's only talk about edge because this is more popular question, and then of course you can extend this particular question to say, yeah, एक पूरी row same है. But fair. अभी के लिए let's only solve for if they share a common edge, because I think majority of you have tried the same. Yeah, Prajwal. So how are you saying? So what you're saying is okay, but does that cover all the cases? Vertical edge भी होगा ना? Like
Yeah,
these two sharing an edge.
yes. It will be 2 times into 2 also.
Into 2. Correct.
Yes.
Last 20 seconds, then I think we'll discuss the same thing. In total, I have how many squares? In total, I have 64 squares, right? So 64 में से I'll select any 2. Now, I have to select 2 squares such that they share common edge in this particular question, right? So if it is a common edge, अगर मैंने first 2 को choose कर लूंगा, right? Or 2, 3, or 3, 4, 4, 5 till 7, 8. So against every row, I have 7 options. Correct? Total options तो मेरे पास 8C2 है, but I have 7 options जहां पे at least एक edge share होगा. Similarly, I have how many rows? I have 8 rows. So 8 rows I have into 7 options I have against every row. But this is essentially in the same row. They can also share an edge between same column, right? So I can also have 1, 9, 1, 10. So given this is only for rows, I'll have to multiply this by 2 because because the same case would be there for columns also. And then this becomes your answer. This is what 112 by 64C2. अगर this question is sharing an edge, right? जो तुम बता रहे हो, that is for the side now. If it is sharing an edge, तब तो number of options कितने हो जाएंगे? If it's this square, right? I have what? 1, 2, 3, and 4 options for this. Only 4 options are there. It's not 14. जो तुम 14 बता रहे हो, that is sharing the same side. कि अगर मैंने एक square choose कर लिया, कितने लोग हैं? How many squares are there which are either in the same row or same column? That is 14. कि 7 यहाँ पे and 7 यहाँ पे. So that is 14.
हाँ, पर मतलब वो हम चेंज क्यों किया? मतलब शेयर अ कॉमन साइड ही क्वेश्चन था ना, सो
हाँ,
हाँ,
it
वो
was
solution
common
actually
side. I think common side से थोड़ा सा एक confusion था कि is it edge या फिर horizontal line. So while I wanted to discuss horizontal line वाला, but I think a couple of you have already tried edges, hence I changed this question to कि sharing a common edge वाला कर लेते हैं पहले. A common side wala, what you're saying is making sense. So a common side wala, I remember we have done this question in a PNC also.
या
That they have to be from the same row and same column, right?
राइट.
So वो same ही question हो जाएगा, and then whatever you are saying will make sense. If you have chosen one, there will be 14 options against the other one.
ओके,
ठीक है? Edge वाला clear है? दोनों
Yeah.
important है. Side वाला अपन ने PNC में कर लिया. Hence edge वाला अभी अपन ने solve कर दिया, right?
राइट.
ठीक है, ठीक है. See, there could be one more method to do this, right? This particular question of edge. So, see, if I choose a square that is from the corners, राइट? दैट कुड बी वन केस कि यार 4 कॉर्नर्स है, चारों कॉर्नर्स में से अगर मैंने कोई भी स्क्वायर चूज किया देन इसके लिए 2 ऑप्शंस रहेंगे फेवरेबल, राइट? सेकंड ऑप्शन कुड बी जो बचा हुआ एज है आउट ऑफ द कॉर्नर वाला साइड, जो भी बचे वाले 6 स्क्वायर्स है, राइट? इफ आई चूज द फर्स्ट स्क्वायर फ्रॉम देयर देन आई हैव हाउ मेनी वेज? 1 2 3 number of ways. So every square chosen in between this will have 3 squares which will share the edge. And the third case will be कि यार कहीं बीच में से मैंने चूज कर लिया, उसके लिए मेरे पास 4 केसेस होंगे, 4 squares which will share the same edge. So now what I want all of you guys is, जो भी अपना आंसर आया sharing the same edge, please also try using this method. The probability of selecting a square wala thing plus probability of selecting something from edge plus probability of selecting something from the middle. These are the only 3 possibilities, and then try to reach out to this particular answer जो भी अपन ने निकाला 7 by 126. Okay, so yeah, just try this question with the different method also that we just discussed. And now we'll move on to the next question. What is the probability that a white king can attack a black king on a chessboard? Okay, so in chessboard, people who don't know, there's a king, right? And king can move only one step. It can move one step forward, piche, left, right, diagonally, anywhere, but it can only move one step. Now try this. And here you will apply the concept जो भी मैंने तुम्हें homework दिया ना, that's the hint. So see, probability that a white king can attack a black king on a chessboard, right? इसका मतलब black king कहीं तो पड़ा है and there is a white king somewhere, right? And I know that kings can only move one step. So the white king can only attack the black king if it is only one step away from the black king. Okay? So again, black king कहाँ पे हो सकता है? See, if black king is lying somewhere in the corner, right? These are the corners, right? If it is lying somewhere in the corner, my white king could be either here or even here for that matter, right? So if this is my black king and my white king is here, is it clear to everyone that the white king will be able to attack the black king? And black king, white king could be anywhere on the chess, right? So what all different options do I have for my black king? First of all, पहले अपन बात करते हैं black king का कि यार black king कहाँ पे हो सकता है? So black king could be पहला anywhere in the corner it could happen. And also understand why am I considering different position? Why? Because सबके लिए I have different options for white king to be. So either it could be in corner, it could be an edge. Edge मतलब यहाँ से लेकर यहाँ तक, anywhere in between here, right? Or third case could be somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle मतलब ये ना तो corner पे ना edge पे. अब ये बताओ. Yes.
Sir, answer is 420 by 4028.
Yeah, not sure. Let's discuss, PrepZone. I don't have the answer right now. Right, but as far as I remember, it's somewhere like denominator should be 48. Is what I know in the simplest form. I don't know the numerator. That we'll discuss. But everyone, tell me how many corner cases can I have? ये वाले numbers एक बार fill कर दो. How many corner cases can I have? 4. How many edges के options can I have?
24.
Sorry?
24, sir.
24. Others? How many edges and how many cases are there when the black king could be in the middle? Okay. 36 will be this middle, right? So middle total position is 64. 64 minus 28 is 36. So everything that is left over is the middle case. Right? Now, if a black king is in corner position, right? तो मेरा white कहाँ पे हो सकता है? Like how many possibilities do I have white for the white king to be so that it can attack the black king? अगर corner पे है तो यहाँ से attack होगा, यहाँ से attack होगा और यहाँ से attack होगा. In total I have 3 possibilities. Everyone tell me, if my black king is somewhere on the edge, how many possibilities can I have for the white king to be so that it can attack? यहाँ से 2, 3, 4 and 5. I have 5 possibilities. अभी वो कहीं मिडिल में है तो 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 possibilities are. Right? So these are the favorable cases for white so that it can go and attack it. So up to question simple, it's a question of probability, right? So what is the probability for the black king to be in corner? 4 by 64. Right? Given the black king is in the corner, what is the probability that the white king can be in 3 positions? It is 3 by 63 plus 24 by 64 into 5 by 63 plus 36 by 64 into 8 by 63. You just solve it, you will get your answer. Kitna hua? 64 into 63. Okay. Your numerator is 12 plus 120 plus 36 into 8 is 288 on 64 into 63. Okay. So 288, this is 300, 420. 425, 64, 63. This is 25, right? So this will be 21. 21 into 20 is 420 and 21 into 3 is this. This is 20. Again, 4, 5 is 24, 16, right? So it comes out to be 5 by 48. एक बार just check if my calculation is right or wrong. Meanwhile, any doubts here? By the way, this is the max to max. अगर सबसे difficult question आएगा CAT में तो it will be of on these lines. इससे tough नहीं आएगा. तो अगर ये clear है तो I expect कि probability के जो भी 2-3 question आते हैं सब कुछ बना के आना है.